Hello, good people, and welcome to the Heaven and Earth Church podcast. This is the church where we look to offer to make a lasting impact in our community. I'm the producer of the podcast. My name is Brad Miller, and in this podcast, we love to talk to people who have a connection with Heaven Earth Church and have something to share and about their lives and what they're all about. And it's for you, the good folks who are listening in on this, to just get to know these good folks and a little bit closer. And today, we're just really happy to have Jaxen Margason with us here on the podcast. Jaxen, welcome to our conversation today, my friend.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, Jaxen, let's just kind of start here. Tell us a little bit about where you're from. What's hometown for you?
I grew up in Franklin.
Okay. Very good. So tell a little bit about growing up in Franklin. Was it a overall good experience? Did you have some challenges? Tell me a little bit about what went on there with you.
It was good. In high school, I was part of the girls' basketball team and the baseball team.
Okay.
So, like, half the school knew who I was, and I knew about half who they were, so
Yeah. So you had overall good experience
yeah.
with those athletic endeavors, among other
Yep.
things that you did. So that's good. And then, so was growing up in Franklin was, just tell me a little bit about home life, your parents, any siblings, anything along that line.
Um, I have a little sister that I grew up with and an older half-brother,
Okay.
and then when I was about in 8th grade, my parents got a divorce because my dad came out as gay.
Okay. And so that had a profound impact on your family, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, because eventually we had to move out of our house that I was growing up in
Yeah. Okay.
to a smaller house.
Okay. Well, so there were some things there that were part of growing up.
Yep.
There were some challenges, it sounds like. Was, church or anything along that line a part of your life growing up there in Franklin?
Um, the first 2 years of high school, I went to an Assemblies of God church in Franklin,
Okay.
and then I stopped going because I had baseball games
Okay.
on Wednesdays when we had youth group.
Yeah.
Because my mom couldn't take me on Sunday mornings because she had to
Okay.
work.
All right. So you had some experience with that and, kind of life happened, right?
Yep.
Life happened. Well, tell me a little about life after high school. I understand you went on to college and did some things there. Tell a little bit what you about that
I
experience.
went to Vincennes and then the University of Southern Indiana,
Okay.
and I was a part of their both their campus ministries.
All right. So tell me about that. So tell me, was that a good experience for you? Tell me how you experienced campus ministries.
At Vincennes, I went 3 times a week because we had a Tuesday Bible study, Thursday we had, like, worship, and then Sunday they had main worship.
Okay.
And then at USI, we met once a week, and then we also had discipleship group in that.
So you were pretty involved with campus ministries.
Yeah.
So tell me a good thing. I was involved a little bit with campus ministries. In fact, I was involved with campus ministries at USI quite a long time ago because I lived there in Evansville. But tell me a little bit what was something good about that was kind of spoken to your life at that time that you kind of needed at that time.
When I went to USI, my campus minister, Keller, actually reached out to somebody else to figure out how to talk to me because of I'm trans.
Okay.
So he didn't know how to talk to me, and I gave him a new perspective on life.
Okay. So you mentioned there that you were making this transition as a trans person. And so that happened during college,
Yeah.
basically. I'm sure some of it was going on before that, but tell me just a little bit about whatever you feel comfortable sharing about that kind of that decision, that process for you.
So I came out the summer after my first year of college, and my parents were like, "Oh, we know." I guess I told my mom when I was 5 I was gonna grow up be a boy.
Okay.
And I've only socially transitioned because I'm terrified of needles.
Okay.
But when I got to USI, I could be Jaxen. I didn't be anybody else because I was slowly transitioning one of that Vincennes.
Okay.
So being Jaxen was like a relief, and then I'd be somebody else, be like 2 people.
So your birth name was different than Jackson, right?
Yes.
And so you go by Jackson now and you prefer the pronouns he, him, and
Mhm.
that's how you live your life now, right?
Yep.
So tell me just a little bit of and whatever you comfortable sharing, kind of how that is going. How you're in adult life now, and how is that? How has life been for you overall? And you work in the healthcare facility, I understand. So tell me a little bit about that.
Um, so I have people, they will call me by my pronouns, and if they don't know, I'll tell them, and they'll say, "Oh, I'm sorry," and they'll correct themselves.
Okay.
Some of my residents at work still call me she pronouns, which I'm fine with that because depending on their level of mental capacity, they
Right.
don't understand.
Yeah.
And they're older and I respect them. I'm in their house.
Yeah. So it sounds like um, a little bit of grace on your part and a little bit of grace on other people's part in terms of choosing to understand has been your experience.
Yeah.
Uh, for the most part, has that gone okay? Have you been able to kind of navigate life that way?
Yeah.
Okay. Good, good, good. And you don't have to go any details on this, but have you had any kind of negative experiences where you've had to be in a pretty uncomfortable situation? You don't have to go into detail if you don't want to.
I've been at churches where they're like, we don't respect we respect you, but we don't respect what you're doing
Okay.
because people think it's a sin. Like I've had friends because I was part of our LGBT club at USI.
Okay.
I literally told them where I was going after went to my group for with my campus ministry. I told them, "You all can come." They're like, "No, the church has hurt us so bad."
Yeah. So in your group of folks you were with, your peers, as it were, many of them have had some bad experiences.
Yeah, and depending on the church you go to, you'll have bad experiences because depending on what they believe,
Yeah.
like, I haven't even told, like, some of my family.
Okay.
They figured it out if they're on Facebook or something 'cause I changed my name,
Right.
but I've seen how they acted toward my dad, so I don't want that retaliation too.
Yeah. So just paint some painful moments, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about you had said you had some unfortunate kind of awkward experiences in church. And so tell me a little bit about how that went in terms of then did you decide to kind of try to tough it out, so to speak, in church, in those churches, or did it cause you to kind of want to withdraw from church? You tell me about how that experience went for you.
So I kinda toughed it out because I knew I had a way there because 'cause I'd had friends take me with them.
I see. Well, you mean a ride,
Yeah,
an actual ride. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you kind of toughed it out and kind of decided, it was important enough to you to go to church
yeah,
and to be with your friends that you did it anyhow, right?
yeah,
Okay. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but is that a fair kind of understanding of what you were doing?
yeah.
Okay. Well, tell me a little bit then, Jackson, about, you said you work, tell me a little bit about your workplace and that kind of thing. And you've been there for a while. Tell us about how that goes.
I've been at Aspen Trace for it'll be 11 years next month.
And what kind of things do you do there?
I'm a relief night cook, and also serve on our halls.
Okay. So tell me, how's that going? Did you enjoy that, or has that been? Tell me something good about that experience.
It was my college job, and now I just love it so much I haven't left.
Okay. So you have some good experiences with the residents there, and
Yeah,
that's awesome. That's awesome. So yeah, well, I'm glad to hear that, and as far as your workplace, your supervisors and things like that, that's going pretty good.
yeah.
Good, 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 good. Well, Jackson, tell me a little bit about how you kind of got connected or at least learned about Heaven Earth Church in the first place. How did this church get on your radar?
I was looking for LGBT friendly churches near my workplace,
Okay.
and this one just happened to pop up. And then I checked out if United Methodist churches were LGBT friendly, and they were, so I decided to come here.
So you did a search, like a Google search or something
Yep.
like that? Okay. Well, I'm just curious now because I haven't done that. When you did a Google search and you actually typed in those parameters, that's what popped up?
Mhm.
Okay. Well, that's awesome. So it came on your radar then. So tell a little bit of then about some of your first experiences actually checking it out. Was that uh, were you ready to go? Was it a nerve-wracking experience? Just tell me some first impressions.
Well, I watched a couple online, and then I came,
Okay.
and then I liked it because it was Ross does it different than what I'm used to.
Okay.
Because he actually opens it up for everybody to ask questions or give their feedbacks.
Yeah. So, at about how long have you been with us here at HeavenEarth Church?
I started coming at the end of October last year.
Okay. So, almost a year then you've been with us. So, there you go. So, after those first few experiences here with us, what did you have any kind of oh, for lack of a better term, I'll call it an aha moment or moment when you kind of said, okay, I'm not just checking this out. I kind of feel like this is a place for me. Was there any kind of a moment like that?
When everybody just started introducing themselves and just started talking to me. Like, for me, I have autism, so I don't like to talk to people.
Okay.
I'm very much like stay to myself, and so it get me out of my shell a little bit.
All right. So, some people came to you.
Yeah,
So you weren't kind of forced to, as it were, to insert yourself into something you were, although, you had to take the risk to come in the first place. You found that people were accepting of you
yeah,
as you are, right?
yep,
So was that pretty important to you?
yeah.
Okay. So let me ask you, can you think, you don't have to give names here, but was there any particular person or any situation you remember as someone who just kind of really made you feel kind of warm and welcome?
Uh, Emily and Justin, no, Rachel and Justin. When I see them, they'll ask me like if I've gone to like state parks or anything because I'd love to go outside and go camping,
All right.
or
Good.
like I'll talk to them about like camping trips I'm planning or something.
So they know about you and your personal life too,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. Well, good. Well, let's go there for a second then. Tell me about camping and outdoor life. How'd you get connected to that type of thing?
My parents would take us camping every summer like 3 times
Okay.
if we didn't go to the beach.
All right. So you went, what, state parks and this type of thing?
We would usually go to Brown County, Spring Mill, or Clifty.
Okay. Very good. So you like the camping and the trails and that type of thing.
Yeah.
So when you go now, do you go on your own? You go with a group of friends or this type of thing?
In October, I'm going by myself for a week.
Really?
Mhm.
Awesome. You got a trip all planned out? Where are you going and everything?
I'm going to Lincoln State Park.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. I'm familiar with that state park. I used to live pretty close to there in a town called Huntingburg. Yeah, very good. Well, that's awesome. Well, let's get back into, I'm interested now, you mentioned a little in terms of Heaven Earth Church now. You mentioned about how you got connected here in the first place. You did a Google search, and the church popped up, and you decided to give it a try in about October of last year, 2025, and then here you are. And then you had some moments when some people took an interest in you and welcomed you, and not only about, "Hey, glad to see you," but also knew a little bit about your interest, your outdoor interest, and that kind of thing. So that's important. But what I wanna know now, what keeps you here? What keeps you here?
Um, no one cares about my gender identity here, and it's conveniently close to work 'cause I have to go to work every other Sunday after here,
Yeah.
and I can stay engaged because other churches, I would fall asleep, but Ross keeps it to where I can stay awake.
Well, tell me more about that. How does, Pastor Ross and the other things happen in worship, how does it, as you say, keep you awake? What does that mean for you?
So, I lose focus after, like, 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay. This part of the autism
My
situation?
ADHD.
ADHD, okay.
So, Ross will all the times he asks us for input and stuff, it's different voices.
Okay.
So, the different voices help keep me in tuned.
Okay.
So, it's not one person just talking all the time.
Yeah. So when other people, we like to call it the
Yep.
conversation here. So when we do our worship experiences, we invite you those who are listening in to go to listen or watch one of the messages here on the podcast. It is a big part of it is conversation back and forth, Q&A, as it were. But so that part of things keeps you engaged, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, tell me a little bit about are you involved with anything else in the life of the church? Have you got to know people in other activities or other things going on?
I went to the Halloween
Okay.
thing. That was the first thing I went to. And then I went to the Get to Know You last month.
Okay. So the Halloween thing was the out in the park
Yep.
thing we had. Okay. So tell me about those experiences because that kind of I know for folks who deal with, autism, ADHD and other challenges, sometimes doing something like that's a bit of a stretch too.
Yeah.
So how do those social type events go for you?
It went good because there I talked to Mikey
Okay.
and I talked to some other people. So,
So you got to know Mikey a little bit.
yep.
Yeah. And Mikey's one of the people on our church who's also involved with children's ministry. So very good. Very good. So you develop a little bit of one-on-one and smaller group kind of deal.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Well, Jackson, one of the things we like to say here, one of the mottos of the church, it's on the church website and other places, is basically if you feel like you don't fit in church, you fit in here. I want to ask you, Jackson, do you think that statement is true? And if so, how?
I think it's true because Ross has called it like the misfit toys.
Okay.
And if I go to a different church, I'm literally like probably the only person in there that's an openly out person.
Yeah.
And they probably don't want me there to begin with. But here, no one cares.
Yeah. Okay. So you feel like if you're talking about misfits in this, do you fit in? That type of analogy works for you.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, one of the other things we like to say here, Jackson, is that HeavenEarth Church, one part of the mission statement of the church is to make a lasting impact in our community. And so, what does that statement mean to you? Is it true? And if so, how's that one true?
I think it's true because a couple of weeks ago, Ross brought in somebody from an organization and how we help them.
Right.
So we're helping other people that just don't come to church. Here, we're helping out the community.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Well, good. Well, Jackson, I want to ask you, tell me kind of, have you mentioned about you felt welcome here now and that kind of thing. Have you had any kind of moments, I'll just call them a God moment, where you kind of felt that God was doing something in your life out of some experience you had here at HeavenEarth Church that kind of warmed your heart or made you feel that something was going on here that was of the spiritual nature? Anything along that line?
So March 1st, I was on my way to church and I wrecked my car
Oh, my goodness.
in front of another church. And the third person I text was Ross. Like, hey, I can't come to church because I just wrecked my car. And he texted me at church and asked me if I was okay and texted me like a couple days. And I knew this had to be the place because
Yeah.
the pastor went on his way to make sure I was still fine,
Yeah.
even while he was probably giving a sermon.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we notice that every once in a while, if in fact, even in today's um, service, there was a mention about a person in the hospital just that got out of the hospital. So that's an awesome thing. So you felt, it sounds to me, in that experience, you kind of felt some love and attention at a moment of crisis for you, even when you knew that other things were happening.
Yeah,
So that must make you feel pretty good.
did.
Yeah. Kind of give you a little, tingle up the spine. What are you going to call it? Some just good feeling?
Hmm.
That's awesome. Well, Jackson, let me ask you just one or two other things here, and then and and that has to do with helping Heaven Earth Church to be a welcoming, inviting place to all people, and how your experience can be a part of helping to spread that news. My guess, you've mentioned that you in college and other times you were with LGBTQ organizations and other organizations of like-minded or similar experienced
Mhm.
people. And it's been my experience that, people going through whatever things in life, they kind of gravitate towards other people having a similar experience. And one of the places, though, that people can find a place to live out their life is church when it is doing its best. Let me ask you if you've had people in your life who kind of a part of your life in one form or another, either one of these groups you're part of, who may have had some issue in life that they decided to confide in Jackson about. It could be LGBTQ plus issues or gender related issues, but also it could be like I'm having trouble on the job, or I got, I'm in debt, or I wrecked my car, or whatever it would be, or they have some issue in life, or dealing with family matters or relationships, and they've confided in you a little bit, and they said, Jackson, I wanted, shared with life with you. I assume that you've had some of these type of experiences. Would you feel comfortable, Jackson, as a part of helping that person because you have that heart about you? I know that you do. Would you feel comfortable, Jackson, in being saying, "Hey, my friend, as a part of our relationship, you might like checking out Heaven or Church. You might find that could be a part of a response to them." Do you think you would feel comfortable in inviting somebody here to church?
Yeah, 'cause last 2 weeks ago, I had to pick my sister up because we were taking our nieces to the children's museum. I was like, "Caitlin, you can come in." She sat in the car,
Okay.
but she didn't wanna come in.
Okay.
I'm like, "'Cause I gotta pick you up before I go to church."
All right.
And then when I was in college, I had an open invitation to my LGBT group. I was like, "Y'all can come with me." Did any of them take me up on that offer? No, but
Yeah.
I gave them that option.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna force it down
Of
someone's throat.
course. Of course not. But you'd feel comfortable inviting someone to Heaven or Church
Yeah,
that has confided in you.
yeah.
Well, that's awesome to hear. Well, Jackson, it's been a pleasure being with you here today. Is there anything, let's just say there's someone listening to us today. Maybe they are going through some gender issues or some other life crises or other things in life that maybe you can resonate with or relate to. Or maybe they're dealing with family situations that are challenging, as you mentioned here as well. Is there anything that you would want to share with uh, with that person about Heaven or Church, about how they might want to make this a part of their experience, or anything you'd like to share?
Uh, Come as you are because I came as who I was and people were accepting of it. So just easy, just come as you are.
Come as you are. That's a great way of putting things. Well, Jackson, you are an awesome person, and we are certainly thrilled to have you a part here of the Heaven Earth Church community. And it's just great to have you participate in a part of the life of the church. And you add a lot. And I just thank you for stepping forward here today, being part of our Heaven Earth Church podcast. And I'll just share with our listeners that we'd love to have you come join us. And if you come to join us here at Heaven Earth Church, I'll be here. My name is Brad Miller, and I'll be here to be helpful to you. But moreover, people like Jackson, he's a great person who's here to be helpful to you as well and welcoming. Now, you're a little bit shy,
Yeah.
but I've seen you talking to people here. So if someone came, you'd be willing to be helpful to them, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. But there's many, many other people here to be helpful to you and inviting and treat you with grace. And as we like to say, we are a church that if you feel like you don't fit in church, you fit in here. So if you'd like to check us out in person, our services, our conversation, we like to call it, are 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time every Sunday morning. Our main campus is on Main Street, near the corner of Main Street and Highway 31 in Whiteland, Indiana, right across the street from Whiteland High School. And so you can check us out in person here at 9:30 a.m. on Sunday mornings in person. But everything we do is on video here on YouTube and other places, and that is live streamed and also then on the recording and here on the podcast. You can learn about many, many people in the life of the church. We're glad that you're here with us. So again, we say thank you for being part of the Heaven Earth Church podcast. Thank you for Jaxen, for Margason for being with us here today. And we look forward to seeing you again here at Heaven Earth Church the church looks to make a lasting impact in our community.